Okay, so this tutorial today is going to be pretty quick, but have you ever had a 2 or 4 motor drivetrain and you really just wanted to reverse one of the motors or two of the motors or whatever, which you can do in this menu up here that I have disabled, but you wanted to just reverse one of the motors but keep one of them spinning forward or vice versa, whatever, right? But you can't access each individual motor in the drivetrain. Because if you do like drivetrain dot, right, you either set the whole thing reverse or actually, yeah, it's just you access the whole drivetrain, or you reverse the whole drivetrain and make the whole drivetrain forward. Have you ever wanted to access each individual motor in the drivetrain? Well, this is what this tutorial is about, and you can access individual motors in your drivetrain. So what you want to do is you want to go up here and then enable expert robot configuration, and then you want to go to your robotconfig.cpp. Now if you go to robotconfig.h, this will be important later, but just go to robotconfig.cpp, and in here you'll see that you have all these motors and stuff, right? And what you want to focus on is motor left drive smart and motor right drive smart. Now this is a 2 motor drivetrain, but it might look a little bit different for you if you have a 4 motor drivetrain, right? But if you actually go over to the motor class and you look at the constructors, then, or that's at least what they call it in the language, like programming language that I normally speak, but if you look at the thing, right, it takes in an index, gear setting, and a boolean whether or not it's reversed. And this is what we want to focus on because it actually has 3 arguments. So the first argument is the index, and then which is port 2, and then this is the ratio, and then this is if it's reversed or not. Now that you've enabled expert robot configuration, you can actually reverse these manually. There is just something that you need to know first, though. You won't be able to access your motor menu. You'll have to manually code each motor with the controller down here. But you can always just open up a new VEX Code project and copy motor code from there and try to integrate it into here. But that's basically how you do it. But say, you can just reverse these motors in here, right? But say that you wanted to access it in your main file with all of your stuff, like left drive smart dot set reversed or something, right? And then you want to do like true, right? From your main file, right? This is how you would do that. You would go to robotconfig.h and then make these 2 motors an extern. I'm not an expert at C++, so I don't know what extern means, but I do know that it gives you access to each of these, which I found out because I have access to the controller, the motor group, the motor, 4-bar lift, drivetrain, and inertial, and I realized if I add both of those motors in extern, I can access it from this file. So that's what I did, and now you can access each individual drivetrain motor in your file. This was something I literally hated about VEX so much, and I finally figured out how to do it. It does take away some of the functionality of the UI, but I think it's kind of worth it to not have your build team like flip motors around and make it really complicated to try to explain to them how the orientation of the motor should work, and this solution just helped me so much with my team. Also, check out geargrinders.tech, our official website for our robotics team, and our GitHub, Gear Grinders to Robotics GitHub. Yeah.